In this video, you are going to become aware, to learn and to build your structure of greatness. A structure that will make you unstoppable. Today's lesson is about vision, having a vision. Welcome to this incredible journey. My name is Gabriel. I'm your trainer today, and the very first thing that I want you to know is that I believe in you, and I believe you have the potential to achieve any dream or desire you want. And I am going to show you ways to get there. If you want to know more about me or about us or about this program, you have a link below. And there is a video there that will explain you everything about this program. It's not mandatory to see that, but if you really want to know, you can find it there. Also, I created a very powerful tool for you that will help you rearrange and rewire your brain, your mind, remodel it in a very positive, powerful way. For that, you have also a link below there. That's downloadable and it's absolutely free and it will stay like that. Now let's get straight to the subject. Okay, welcome back. So far we built the foundation with 9 layers of solid concrete reinforced foundation. And the first layer was about awareness, then consistency. I think those are the thickest one and the most important one. Then focus and intensity, self-discipline, responsibility, energy management, intention and decision, becoming conscious that you are worthiness, and continuous growing. This was the foundation. Okay, if you can install those things into your life, when you do that, you will have a very solid ground to build on. From today's on, we'll start to build our structure. And I thought the toughest structure on earth is a pyramid, right? That's a very solid structure. It's real tough to demolish a pyramid because it's made like that. The only things that we've got on earth from many thousands of years ago are the pyramids, okay, that stood against time, against anything. So I was thinking that the best structure we can build for ourselves, it's a pyramid. And the pillar, the central pillar of the pyramid, of our structure, of the structure of our life, is a vision. A clear, definitive vision. Nothing can be more important than that. Yes, without consistency, without awareness, without the basis, without the fundamentals, you can't possibly have a vision if you are not aware. Okay? If you can't possibly get to that vision if you are not consistent. You can't do those if you don't have self-discipline, or you make a decision about that, or you feel worthless about that. You have to have that foundation. That's my thinking. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean that it's the absolute truth. It might be some other things that I forgot about, probably, but I don't think so. I think those are the most precious things you put into your foundation, okay? And even though your structure will collapse, even though the life will throw at you a lot of stuff, you will be there. You can go back. You can build back any structure because you already have that foundation. So what is a vision? A vision is your possibility, your ability to see things before they happen. Okay? Like Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. about something. And he was with that dream until the dream was realized, even though he was not alive anymore. But a vision is something within you. It doesn't necessarily matter what happens outside of you. A vision is something greater than the environment outside of you shows you. Okay? A vision for you is to become financially independent, for example, or to have great relationship, or to have an impact in this world. When you have such a vision, it doesn't matter you don't have any money in the bank or in the pocket. It doesn't matter you have a lot of hostility outside. It doesn't matter any of this. If you clear your vision, if you have a vision, that will change your entire behavior. And I said it before, your vision has to be big, scary vision. If it is not scary or big enough, it doesn't have energy. If it doesn't scares you, it's not big enough. So in order to gain energy from your vision, not to pull things, not to use just your willpower, you need a very powerful vision that will pull you. It has its own power, and it will pull you. It will pull you out of bed. Okay, in the morning, it will motivate you. It will give you energy. That's why it has to be big. I didn't mean that you have to start big, but you must have a big vision. Now, a vision comes from our imagination, and our imagination is the highest faculty, mental faculty that we have, and is the thing that separates us from the rest of the living beings on the earth. There is no being on the earth that has imagination. Imagination, the greatest nation on earth. And it's within our mind. We are the only beings that we have that capacity, that mental capacity. The problem is that imagination, being such an incredible, powerful mental faculty, it can be used anyway. And so far, because of our lack of awareness and lack of understanding and lack of discipline, we use our imagination in a very destructive way instead of using it in a constructive way. But I can see that people wake up, that there are a lot more people that become aware of this, and they start to use their imagination in a positive way. So this ability of your mind is incredible because it can imagine things that doesn't exist now. Okay? They do exist as a potentiality. They are already there, but they don't exist now. And when your imagination is crystal clear, it has a domino effect on the brain, on your mind. Everything rearranges according to your imagination. We have in our brain, we have a mechanism called the reticular activating system. And what this mechanism does is to delete everything that is not in our best interest, is not for survival, and it is not important for us, and let the information to the cortex that it's important to survive, or it's important for us, but it's interpreted as a survival thing. Now, when you have a crystal clear image of what do you want, and you hold it in your mind for a long time, what happens, this reticular activating system kicks on, and you will start to see ways and means that will get you there. before that, you couldn't see them. Before that, you couldn't see the opportunities for this. But now you can see those things because it became important for you. And your subconscious mind takes it as a survival thing. Important for your survival. And when it becomes important for your survival, it becomes important for the reticular activating system and will delete everything else and will show you ways to get there. Before you have a vision, I will illustrate this as a metaphor. Your mind and your life will be like a puzzle, a puzzle, pieces of puzzle thrown everywhere. And we have the tendency to pick a piece of the puzzle and we say, I have my point of view. Because that's all you see, one piece, and you concentrate on this, but your life doesn't work very well because you are concentrating on one piece and you get bored from that piece and you go to another piece and then you go to another piece, and that's your mind. It's like a puzzle because it doesn't have a perspective really. It has a point of view, not a perspective. But when you have a vision for your life, for how your life should be for you, and you clear up that vision, you form an image of a puzzle. The puzzle of your life will have an image in your mind, and you will have a perspective of that image. And from there on, and only from there on, you can really organize your mind and your life. Because you have a perspective and you see a piece of the puzzle. You don't put all together at once because it doesn't work like that. They have to fit together to form that picture. So you pick a piece of the puzzle and you plant it there and put another one. Oh, you see, that comes here and that goes there. And pretty soon you have an image. Pretty soon you have the results, but you have to take the time, and we'll explain you how do you do those things. But first, and the most important thing for you is to establish for yourself, what do you want? How do you want your life to look like? How do you want your life, your picture of life there to look like? How is that fixed in your mind? What is that? What do you want? If you walk around the street, and in a big city, and you ask people, you will not find one in a week that have a very clear picture of their life. And I don't mean when I say a picture of your life, something like I want a car or I want a job. No, I didn't mean that. I meant a picture of your entire life. And you have to define that. It is not what you get, is what you become. What do you want to become? What kind of movie do you want to live? That's what I'm referring. That has to be clear. The other pieces are the car, the relationships, the stuff. They are pieces of that puzzle. Okay? You don't concentrate on one piece. You concentrate on the big picture. And make sure you put it in a small sentence or even in one word. There is a guy that I watch, even Carmichael, that posts a lot of good stuff on his YouTube channel, and he's got a book, one word. One word. Okay? Well, what is your one word that will clear up the picture of your mind? Because if you have too many words or too many sentences, that is not clear enough. That guy is right. It comes to one word. What do you want to become? What do you want to be in this world? What do you want to be? It's a simple question, but it's the most complicated thing for people because they have to think. And like I told you, 95% of the people, they don't like to think. they will rather die than think. So that's why we put the basement there, that we put the fundamentals there. So you start to with the fundamentals, and then you will think. Then you will be able to have a picture. Then you will become aware of that picture. One very important thing about vision is not only to know what you want, but to make an evaluation of where you are now, but an honest one. To have an honest evaluation of what you are now, what you have now, and how is your life now. Because you cannot go anywhere if you don't have a starting point, a clear starting point, an honest starting point. You don't have to tell anyone about this, but you have to know yourself, analyze yourself, and see where you are now. It is the most important thing to know where you want to go. It's the most important thing in your life, on your structure, to have that central pillar of your structure. Then the rest will come easy. You'll put the faces of the pyramid real easy, because they have a support, you know. You put it, they have a support. You have a support, a strong support here. This is your vision. There is another thing that you have to know, you must know. Because many people are thinking differently, you know, and that's why they are so scared about the vision, a big vision, a big picture for their lives, because they don't know how am I gonna do it, you know. They have an evaluation of what they are, and they say, how am I gonna do this? Okay, and it becomes really scary, and they quit. Okay, and I am telling you, you don't have to know how. You have to know what. And there is another good point on this. After you find out what, equally important is to establish why. Why do I want this? Because it might be a suggestion from someone else. It might not be your purpose of life, your picture of life. It might not be that. Okay? So why do you want it? Because, you know, that big picture of life, in order to give you energy, to pull you out of the bed, it has to be in alignment with your passion, not with money. Don't think about money. If you start your picture, big picture, with a lot of money, you are starting with the wrong foot. Okay? It's not about the money. If you are starting with the money in your mind, you will not get very far, and you will burn out. Okay? That's not a life. That's a nightmare. I know this because I did this. I had the money, but it was a complete nightmare. So I quit on that. I don't look for money anymore. What I want to become or to be has nothing to do with money. And the funny thing is that when it doesn't have anything to do with money, you get more money, you know, as a byproduct of that, because you gain expertise, because you are passionate about, you gain expertise in that. You become an expert on that. So what do you want, and why do you want that? Why? And go to why, go deep. I want that because of that. Okay, why do you want that? I want that because of that. Okay, why do I want that? And go until you find the source. And it might not be what you want if you analyze this, if you ask why. Okay? So your why has to be really powerful. Okay? Your why, if it's about contribution, has a lot of power. If it's about others, has a lot of power, if you really feel that. If it's only about the ego, it has almost no power. If it's only about you, me, it has almost no power. So your why has to be strong, and it must be connected to the well of everybody. That's how your body works. That's why your cells work together in a harmonious way. Trillions and trillions of cells. Otherwise, if it will be one cell and another cell and another cell, and the ego will be there, you will disintegrate immediately. Okay? So you have to follow those rules and find out what you want and why you want it. Find out where you are and go from there. And I'll teach you how to achieve those things. So, question of the day. This is the most important question of the day. What do you want? And of course, why do you want that? Think about that when you are establishing your life's purpose, your vision for your life. There is no rush. Take your time. I will teach you on this course many things about this particularly, and sometime I will put there a PDF that will help you get where you want through questions and stuff, and I will help you do that. But for now, look at your life and what do you want? This piece of information is extremely important. This thing is extremely important for your life. It might not seem like an easy thing to do at first, okay? But it's worth doing it because it's your life, it's your movie, and it's not eternal. This one from here is not eternal. So it is yours, and you are responsible for designing your life. So it's not easy, but it's worth it. And I know you can do it because you have everything in you. If you watch this video, it means you have everything that you need to become whatever you want to become. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to reach you at the next lesson, and we'll start to build the facets of the pyramid. Until then, I wish you all the best, and God bless you.